What's up, guys? I'm Brittany Racine, and I'm so excited to share the release date for my podcast, Might Get Loud, is going to be launching June 10th, 2025. Now, if you don't know me, I'm a boy mom, I'm a real estate agent, brand collaborator, and dumpster fire survivor. I have rebuilt my life from a rock bottom that I never imagined I would ever be living. The vision for this podcast was really to have just a casual, honest, real talk with a lot of people that I know who have thrived or survived a lot of challenging things in life. The interviews that I've done on this are actually incredible. I really did not expect it to go as well as it has. I didn't want people to listen to these episodes and leave feeling heavy and unsettled or unaccomplished. Is that a word? So I wanted to incorporate a lot of humor into this and just make it more personal. Real stories, unfiltered conversations that are going to leave you something to stew on. So follow along, subscribe, turn up the volume because it might get loud.
19, graduated high school, barely. I said, why don't you sell me this thing? I didn't know anything about building a business. I was just going through the motions. Oh man, when I almost tanked it. I almost tanked it twice, okay? I had $10,000 in my book. I never thought I had that much money in my life. And
Loaded.
oh my gosh, loaded. Untouchable. Richest guy in Michigan, I thought. I was going on vacations I couldn't afford. I was paying for my buddy's bar bills. I had absolutely no money. I couldn't make my $409 payment. And this was probably the luckiest moment in my history that's ever happened that really taught me a huge taste of humility. Being broke was the best thing that ever happened to me. It really, like they always say, good is the enemy of great. I found it interesting because I don't really know if your positivity was like masking your real feelings or not, but we talked quite a bit during that time, and you were like, I felt like you always laughed and you always smiled. I don't know if that's just like what Brittany does. I don't know. I thought, maybe it's a front you're putting on in fear that everybody knows that emotionally you're crumbled right now, or if you're just happy-go-lucky and staying positive while you get through this. I don't know, really understand how you did.
This is actually an untold story, so I haven't told anybody. I am an alcoholic, and I also had an eating disorder. I would say my story kind of begins with, there's like some sort of sick satisfaction that comes along with it.
Yes. When did you start drinking? Like the second you woke up? Like, were you putting Baileys in coffee, or were you just like, dude, give me a shot?
Girl, it was worse. Yeah.
Looking back at it, it's like, those weren't even my problems that I absorbed that were someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Do you think society or culture has like promoted alcoholism or body issues?
Woof. I think of how many times I was in the hospital while I was an alcoholic for like random things that
Like
would come
what?
up. Yeah.
So you're like, here's my blood work, I'm drunk. What's something that you never thought you would enjoy doing sober, but you actually really like?
We left the last episode and you were in the depths of
Hell.
How did you claw your way out?
I did have to claw my way out, you're right.
Yeah. Scrappy little heifer.
Ever?
That's totally not what you say to somebody who's just like, I was bulimic. Sorry.
Please call me that forever. I love it. All the time people ask me, how did you get through that? And I'm like, where else was I going to go?
I think people just stay at rock bottom. When you're like, where else would I go? It's not that you'd go anywhere else. You would just stay at rock bottom. And unfortunately, there are people who, we were talking about the victim mentality last episode, there are people who stay at rock bottom and that becomes their whole personality.
I was at rock bottom for so long, not choosing to be, just because of my circumstances, that I was like, I will never sit down here again.
Right.
But then I think I was judged so much, and I was put in this stereotype category of you're a dumb blonde, and you're just a woman that anywhere you get in life is only because of the way you look. Undeserving of everything that I've worked for.
Yes.
I got some kind of handout.
Right.
And I'm looking at my past, what the hell was handed to me besides a piece of shit?
People say that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it makes me not even want to accomplish anything because I'm not even going to get credit for it. That stigma really, really hindered my whole life, actually.
It belittles you.
I don't want to do something that everybody's going to tell me I couldn't do.
Yeah.
So I'll just try to do nothing. And then after my ass got handed to me, I was like, excuse me, let me never forget who the fuck I am.
Right. And you must feel so liberated.
It is liberating, especially because now I actually feel like I'm judged less for that now the more I am myself.
So we met at church. So you told a story and a parking gate fell on your head.
Wait, was this the first day of the class?
It might have been. This is my first impression of you, and you're hysterically laughing. You're pregnant at the time telling this story, and it was just giving a happy person to be around.